Are you on the hunt for an entry-level performance scooter that won't leave you considering therapy when looking at your bank account? Maybe a scooter that delivers supernatural power while remaining portable enough to fit in your car trunk for weekend haunts? Introducing the new and improved apolloghost 2022. With Apollo being a leader in the scootering world, the brand has once again listened to customer feedback on the original much-loved Ghost, gone back to the drawing board and developed an altogether tougher, more powerful, no frills, high thrills beast. Cower in the wake of the new dual 52 volt 1000 watt motors that far surpass the original's 52 volt 800 watt offerings, glory in a strengthened stem that is now 50% stronger than that wielded by its predecessor, and bask in the brilliance of an upgraded folding mechanism that elevates this spirited firecracker to new levels of design elegance. The people have spoken, and the apolloghost 2022 has answered with what we think is the best entry-level electric scooter. After testing the new Apollo Ghost side by side with its predecessor, I've summarised my findings into 13 things that I love and 5 things that I think can still be improved. Now, for those of you that want to get into the nitty gritty, let me first give you a summary of what you can expect as well as who I recommend the Ghost for. The Apollo Ghost doesn't concern itself with unnecessary trimmings. It has no time for app integrations, doesn't care for fancy features, and turns its nose up at any idea of style over substance, although it does bring both in spades. No, this spook is all about going back to basics. It's built for those who want to experience the joy of feeling at one with their scooter as they burn rubber on the asphalt and get their adrenaline pumping on forest tracks. The Ghost 2022 is an aggressive, brooding helter that will leave your heart thumping in your chest and your eyes bulging out of their sockets. If you're new to performance scooters, you may be thinking this all sounds a bit terrifying. Indeed, I do suggest exercising caution on the throttle if that's the case. Yet what distinguishes the Ghost is that it will delight novices and experts alike. It's heaps of fun to ride, and with its 300-pound load capacity, a deck that is spacious for riders big and small, and a set of tall handlebars, the Ghost is a superb ride for tall and heavy thrill seekers. So if that sounds like a scooter that you could be interested in, keep watching as I explore its design, features, build and ride quality, performance, and how it stacks up against its competitors. And of course, I'll also cover how the new Ghost differs from the previous model. Apollo always listens to rider feedback and is one of the only brands to regularly update their existing product line to make their scooters better. The brand new Ghost 2022 is a perfect example of this. While the Ghost may at first glance appear to be the same as its predecessor, there are 4 key improvements that you should know about. 1. 2 new 1000 watt motors replace the original's 800 watt offering. Based on our test, this doesn't deliver any discernible differences in acceleration rate, but it does promise an ever so slightly higher top speed. The new motors are also more efficient, meaning that they have a better ratio between power output and power input. 2. Because of the beefed up motors, the rims have been reinforced. They are now 50% stronger and more resistant to cracks and spills. 3. A newly designed and more robust stem is now 50% stronger than that of the original. Aside from its geometrically inspired revamp, the reinforced design eliminates wobble and instability at speed. And finally, the 4th improvement is that a new superior folding mechanism replaces the original clunky collar clamp. The new mechanism is easier to use, more secure, and eliminates stem wobble. Aside from the changes in its design, we also noted the following improvements in its performance. Despite sharing the same battery, the new Ghost delivered 3 more miles of realistic range, equating to a 14% increase. Now, in my review of the 2021 Ghost, I noted that if the terrain became too rugged, that you would experience the suspension bottoming out. While Apollo hasn't upgraded the suspension per se, I presume they may have added a little more preload to the springs to prevent them from compressing as much and bottoming out. And finally, with all of the improvements that the new 2020 version of the Ghost has to offer, I'm pleased to report that the ride quality of the new model surpasses that of its predecessor. As for all of the other performance metrics that I measure and haven't yet covered, including braking and hill climbing, they all remained within the same range, going toe to toe with the original model, but we will dig more into these throughout the review. The first thing to note here is that the Ghost can be purchased with either hydraulic or mechanical disc brakes. This review focuses on the former, which are far superior and deliver exceptional braking performance. The hydraulic version will set you back $1,849, while the mechanical disc option is available for $150 less. I've tested countless electric scooters and I can safely say that the Ghost is up there when it comes to fun rides. The strengthened stem and robust frame eliminate any chance of wobble or feelings of instability, freeing your mind to be fully at one with the scooter and enjoy the sensation of gliding down roads at soaring speeds. This ability to reconnect you with the undiluted joy of riding an electric scooter is, in my opinion, priceless. Sure, the Ghost top speed and range may be trumped by a few other models in its price class, but factor in the ride and build quality and what you have is an entry-level performance scooter that practically excels in every area. Whether you're a commuter with a wild side or a true weekend trailblazer, you'll be hard-pressed to find a better scooter under $1,900. Wielding its dual 52-volt 1000 motors, the Ghost can hit a top speed of 37 miles per hour, which is 3 miles per hour faster than the 2021 model. That's quick enough to make the most seasoned scooter enthusiasts choke on their cornflakes. And when it comes to getting out of the blocks, the Ghost more than holds its own. It has an acceleration rate that is perfectly tuned for getting your adrenaline pumping, but not enough for you to lose control as a result of wheel spinning. All told, the Ghost pulls away in a controllable and stable manner. When compared to the scooters that we recommend as alternatives, it is a close match to its pricier cousin, the Apollo Phantom, but the undisputed speed freak is the Mantis V2. The Mantis hits 50 miles per hour from a standstill in just 2.1 seconds, which is 16% faster than the Ghost. The Ghost, however, does make up some ground when accelerating up to 25 miles per hour, with the Mantis achieving a time that is just 11% faster. Here's one area where the beefed up motors shine. Thanks to their increased power capacity and more efficient power usage, they can easily dominate challenging inclines while maintaining a good pace throughout. This establishes the Ghost as a great performance scooter for putting the pedal to the metal in undulating cities and environments. Armed with a 52-volt 18.2 amp battery, the Ghost delivers a respectable maximum range of 39 miles. Under our test, while we maxed out the speed settings, the Ghost was capable of keeping the wheels rolling for 25 miles. To set the scene of how the Ghost's mileage credentials stack up against its closest rivals where price is concerned, I've created two charts. The first chart, which you can see now, compares the Ghost to all of the dual mode scooters that fall within a $500 price bracket around its $1,849 price tag. Compared to the 7 other models, it ever so slightly misses out on the top spot by a measly 1 mile difference, making it a top performer. However, if battery power is at the top of your agenda and you really want that extra 1 mile, then the Apollo Phantom is the best choice out of the models that surpass the Ghost, especially as it stores 29% more energy. The same can be said for this chart, which compares the regular Ghost against similarly priced scooters. While there are a couple of dual motor scooters that have an ever so slightly higher maximum range, the Ghost delivers the best overall performance package where range, speed, build and ride quality are concerned. As you'll be aware by now, the Ghost can be purchased with either mechanical or hydraulic disc brakes. My recommendation would be to stump up the extra dollar if you have it, because quite frankly the hydraulics are outstandingly responsive. With them, you can come to a complete stop from 15 miles per hour in just 3 meters. This is a match for the 2021 hydraulic model and nearly 2 feet shorter than what you'll achieve on the regular Ghost. Any spook worth its weight in cold sweats needs to be able to glide, and thankfully the Ghost comes with Plush 10-inch pneumatic tyres that established its esteemed ancestor as a bona fide crowd pleaser. The new Ghost also sports the same split rims that made the original tyres so easy to change. This time, however, as previously discussed, the rims have been reinforced to handle the extra power of the Ghost's 1000 watt motors. All in all, the tyres deliver exactly what you'd expect, a cushioned, smooth ride that reduces most ride imperfections to an insignificance. Their profile is primed for carving too, meaning that you can take tight corners at speed. As for the suspension, I've reviewed a lot of Apollo scooters now, and I'm starting to run the risk of sounding like a broken record when it comes to commenting on their shock absorption capabilities. In short, you cannot go wrong with a combination of suspension and tyres on offer. Plus, if you're of a lighter or heavier profile, the suspension can be easily adjusted to meet your needs. This is Apollo, so you can be sure of the Ghost delivering good ride quality. This is in no small part down to the scooter's front and rear spring suspension, which works particularly well for riders of all sizes. But the real piece de resistance of the Ghost ride quality comes from an amalgamation of all of its components working seamlessly together to deliver a ride that oozes the fun factor. With the controllers and new motors working in cahoots alongside the reinforced stem, ergonomic handgrips and rounded front-on profile of the tyres, you feel extremely stable and secure while riding the Ghost. Simply put, the handgrips are among the best that we have ever tested. Widening out at the ends to deliver a satisfying sense of added security, the rubber molds ergonomically around your palms while providing enough grip to prevent any unwanted slips. Unlike some of the other scooters that I've tested, you won't have to worry about the grips loosening or rotating over time. Those on the Ghost are locked into place via clamps on either side of the grips. While we've already touched on the new folding mechanism, it deserves further attention. After all, it's one of the Ghost's most supernatural qualities. To put it simply, it's light years ahead of its predecessor's clunky collar clamp setup. Thanks to the built-in latch and easy to use lever, you can have the stem folded in mere seconds. To put the stem back into its upright position, you hook the claw-like mechanism under the anchor point and push the lever towards the stem until it clicks and locks into place. To eliminate the risk of the folding mechanism coming loose while riding, Apollo has also equipped it with a safety latch that needs to be pinched to release the mechanism from its locked position. Corresponding with this newfound functionality are the trusty foldable handlebars, which boosts the Ghost credibility as a portable performance scooter. On other scooters, this can sometimes compromise the structural integrity of the handlebars, but thanks to the central coupler that twists and locks the handlebars into place, this isn't the case with the Ghost. With everything compacted down, it can fit in a car trunk and under desks. However, at £64, the Ghost is no waif-like banshee. You won't want to carry it up many flights of stairs, which may spook some riders looking for a commuter scooter. Yet for a dual motor performance scooter and all the additional bulk that entails, its weight is well within the realms of what we would expect. Besides, the well-rounded performance of the Ghost combined with its portability credentials makes it a unique proposition among other scooters in its weight class. This is especially evident when you consider that its folded dimensions sport a width that is approximately 43% narrower than that of its competitors. One of Apollo's calling cards is the exceptional build quality that characterizes each of its scooters. Predictably, the Ghost hits another home run. Raw, edgy and enigmatic as ever, the Ghost 2022 is yet another triumph in Apollo's line of popular scooters. The aesthetic flair doesn't end there, with cutouts along the neck, swing arms and fenders giving the Ghost a skeletal-like aesthetic that is befitting of its name. The stem meanwhile has undergone a geometrically inspired revamp, and this angular, almost industrial look plays into the Ghost's brutalist, no-nonsense appeal. Constructed out of forged, hollowed out aluminium, the frame is robust for everyday use. And allied with reinforced front and rear fenders, neat cabling and an IP54 water resistance rating, this is a scooter that can deal with the rigours of city life while also holding its own on tougher dirt tracks. As is the case with all of Apollo's scooters, the Ghost 2022 comes complete with a battery management system. This is an extra layer of security that protects against short-circuiting and overcurrents while also providing effective temperature resistance. You even benefit from protection against overcharging and undervoltage. In brief, the system keeps your scooter in good health by ensuring that it operates within a range of safety parameters. All Apollo scooters, including the Ghost, are covered by a 12-month warranty, but where Apollo goes above and beyond is in their 24-month protection plan for wear and tear. This covers consumables including brake pads, inner tubes, tyres and fenders. To provide the most comprehensive comparison of the Ghost against scooters within its price class, I've created two charts, one for the hydraulic version and the other for the mechanical variant. Let's start with the hydraulic model. There are 10 other models that can be compared with the Ghost within a range of $500. Here it emerges a respectable third with a suite of Mantis, Vala and Apollo models dominating the field. One of the key differentiators is that the Ghost motors operate at 52 volts, whereas the model claiming first place, the Mantis V2, operates at 60 volts. Now you may be asking why the Vala Eagle 1 doesn't deserve the outright top spot, but again, like the Ghost, the Vala operates on 52 volts. This means that the Mantis V2 has more torque, which translates into a faster acceleration rate to leave the rest of the lineup, including the Ghost, trailing. It's worth noting though that despite being beaten by other models for top speed, the Ghost offers the best balance of both power and portability. Things change a little when we switch our attention to the regular version of the Ghost. This time it ranks an impressive second out of 9 other comparable models. Again, it's the Mantis V2 and Vala Eagle 1 that outpace the Ghost, but as previously discussed, the 60 volts of the dual 1000 watt motors set the Mantis apart from the rest of the pack with more torque and a faster acceleration rate. The 2022 version of the Ghost retains its supernatural lighting package, made up of 2 low-mounted headlights, rear brake lights and blue LED strips that run the entire length of the deck. It positively glows when the sun sets. While the aesthetics of the lights get my firm seal of approval, unfortunately Apollo chose not to equip the Ghost with a high-mounted headlight despite feedback from reviewers of the previous model. As a result, the low-mounted headlights are unable to illuminate a comforting portion of the way ahead, so I recommend purchasing an additional headlight that you can strap onto the handlebars. The 2022 Ghost is billed as a no-frills, high-thrills scooter, and this is evidenced by its cockpit, which needs to be modernised. First on the list of improvements is the key-lock ignition. A year or two ago, these were a go-to accessory, but since the market has developed, they've become outdated. It now feels a little cheap and vulnerable. We experienced its limitations when our 2021 Ghost fell over, causing the key lock to smash, thereby rendering the scooter obsolete until we could replace the unit. On future iterations, we'd like to see the Ghost equipped with a simple on and off button. Second on the list is the yellow and red Eco Turbo and single dual motor controls. They are beginning to look outdated and again feel a little cheap to the touch, but they do fulfill the requirements of their job. It would, however, be preferable to have the newer style of buttons that we've tested on other performance scooters. Similarly, I'd love the next iteration to come with a thumb throttle for more ergonomic use. One area of the scooter's design that doesn't quite feel up to par with the rest of the frame is the kickstand. It's thin, weak, and the scooter easily falls over with the slightest of touches. This may seem trivial, but as we experienced reviewing the original Ghost, it can cause significant damage to the scooter, rendering it obsolete until you replace any broken parts. Now, this one is more of a niggle rather than a full-blown drawback, so take it with a pinch of salt. While the deck isn't slathered in rubber or enveloped in grip tape, what it does have is two thick columns of grip that run either side of the deck plate. Combined, these provide enough traction. However, for even more stability, we recommend adding a strip of grip tape across the front section of the deck between the two columns to give your front foot more grip when adopting an aggressive riding stance. So, is the new Ghost better than the old one, and is it a worthwhile purchase? The simple answer is yes. This is a scooter that you can buy as a beginner and grow into. With various power settings and the ability to ride both on and off-road with ease, the Ghost is the most well-rounded entry-level performance scooter that we've reviewed. There's a reason why the original was so popular, and the Ghost 2022 turns the fun factor dial up to the max. So what do you think about the Apollo Ghost? Are there any other points that you would have added? Let me know in the comments. Now, if you're ready to hit that buy button, you can scan this QR code here, or you can click the links in the description. And for those of you that would like to know what other scooters we recommend as alternatives, or want to see our full performance test, you can read our full review on electricscooterinsider.com. And finally, if you found value from this video, do me a favor, smash that like button and subscribe to become an Electric Scooter Insider. Your support is appreciated. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.